Hey everybody, welcome back to Rebootleggers. This is a comedy podcast where we create underground, illegal, ill reboots. I'm Scott Owen.
I'm Frank Serra.
But like the good ill.
The good ill.
The illest.
Like Trill.
I should have said illest. Not Does anyone besides...
Trill is triple ill.
Is that really what you mean when you say it?
Yeah, that's what it means.
It's a real word? Because I honestly thought it was something that you made up and that only you say.
No, it's a real thing.
I thought only you said it.
I'm glad that you would describe that to me, but no, that's a real thing.
I thought it was like how you use Shrek as a verb.
No, that's completely Shreking different.
This week we're coming off
We're coming off Hoff.
We're coming off the David Hasselhoff, and we'll be addressing now. Oh wow, okay. I'm just getting right into it. We're doing National Treasure because here's the thing: we found out that there is a third National Treasure movie that never got made. No one has seen the script, and this is
that's
like its
the first
own
treasure is that we found that.
This is like its own National Treasure.
Yeah, we found the script.
We found the script. So
well, we found pieces of it, and then there's clues that we'll have to decipher.
The
treasure,
like literal pieces, like
yeah,
fragments.
The treasure's the movie. Like we have page 2 of Act 2, Scene 2.
Oh my gosh, this would actually be a really kind of great movie. I don't know, would it be great? Nicolas Cage assembling the script to National Treasure.
Assembling
3.
the script to the movie that you're currently watching, like that Spaceballs sequence.
Oh yeah, where they, we finished the movie.
Where they're watching themselves on the...
Yeah. Okay. Should we get right into our first segment? Like, will that work?
Yeah, I mean, well, so National Treasure is, I don't know how much time we actually give the setup for this. Nicolas Cage plays an American historian who keeps finding secrets about the government, and there's like Da Vinci Code chains of mysteries and clues. And that's pretty much, I mean, we don't really need to talk a ton about the setup for that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, his name is his name is Benjamin Franklin Gates.
Franklin's his middle name.
But
name. Also, Benjamin Franklin. Do you get it?
And
you get it?
And the Wikipedia author does take pains to make sure that we know that Ben is a nickname for Benjamin by calling him Benjamin Franklin, quote, Ben Gates.
Yeah.
That's like if my name was Joseph and I said, hello, my name is Joseph Joe Stevenson. Like,
so
we all know
in the first movie,
he
Nicolas
burns
Cage,
the Declaration of Independence or something?
Well, they're going to destroy the bad guy in the movie is planning to destroy the Declaration of Independence. Not 100% sure why. It's not like that's going to make America stop existing.
Well, actually, that's exactly why. Like, if the Declaration is burned, it means that we go back to being a British colony.
Oh, shoot. But so, while trying to stop the bad guy from destroying the Declaration of Independence, the backside of the Declaration of Independence has a hidden treasure map full of ancient gold treasure that they're all trying to find as well.
Oh.
In the second movie... the bad guy has pages ripped out.
Is it the same bad guy both times?
It's a different bad guy.
Oh.
In the second movie, the second movie's bad guy has pages ripped out of John Wilkes Booth's diary that prove that Nicolas Cage's great-great-great-grandfather helped John Wilkes Booth assassinate Abraham Lincoln. And for some reason, I don't understand this, and I actually don't want to watch it and find out either. For some reason, if Nicolas Cage steals back those diary pages, he will prove that his great-great-grandfather was innocent. I'm not like 100% sure how.
The stakes really get minimized from book or movie 1 to movie 2. It's like the whole first one's like, oh, there's this
but in
crazy
movie
conspiracy.
2, the diary pages also do have a hidden treasure map, and he finds a ton of gold in the second movie as well.
Well, yeah. It's just the first movie is like, there's this crazy national secret, and this guy's trying to destroy an American artifact. And in the second one, it's like, hey man, your ancestor did a bad thing, so now you gotta clear your name.
Yeah, it's not like he would go to jail. Like,
right, like, hey, your great-great-grandfather in some way assisted the actual murder of a president, so I guess you should feel bad about that. And that is my ultimate victory, is your shame. But so what do we know about National Treasure 3, the movie that never happened?
So National Treasure 3 exists, the script has been written, and Disney is sitting on the development.
That's all we know.
That's all we know.
Okay, well, let's get into our first segment to deal with what we can do here. And it's called Love It or Leave It.
Love me or leave me or let me be lonely.
normally this is where we talk about what we love and what we hate about a thing that we're rebooting, what we're going to keep and get rid of. In this case, we're rebooting a series by giving it a long-awaited sequel. So we can do a little bit of that. And I think the thing that we both love is convoluted mysteries that make no sense.
Mm-hmm. Just an endless series of reveals, constantly rewriting history with complete disregard for whether or not it makes sense.
It's really just an American Da Vinci Code.
Benjamin Franklin was 2 kids in a trench coat. Like, whatever.
Named Benjamin and Franklin.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually...
And then it's just like, that happened. Whatever. I like treasures and I like nations, and so we'll keep the treasure.
I like treasures that belong to nations.
Yeah. I like completely subverting the reason things happened in history.
Yes, instead of it being like...
Yeah, in National Treasure 2, Mount Rushmore was only carved in the first place to hide the mountain that it was carved on.
Because, I guess the mountain was a treasure map clue.
Because it was on a treasure map, and then they carved Mount Rushmore, and now the mountain's the wrong shape, and it would distract people that were trying to follow the treasure map.
Well, do you think
and that's the only reason why.
Do you think that's the mountain? No, Glenn, it's got faces on it. Does this have faces on it? Come on. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think the only thing we can assume is that the original mountain had someone else's face on it, and then they just... put other faces around it.
Yeah. Like they were like, go to the mountain with Brad Pitt's face. Well, now it doesn't. It's got 4 other faces.
Now it's got 4 other faces.
First of all, that's not Brad Pitt. Second of all, there's 4 faces on that mountain, not 1.
But then if you look really, really closely, you can see that Teddy Roosevelt's face is actually Brad Pitt's face. That
they just carved a mustache.
Yeah, they just carved glasses and a mustache on Brad Pitt's face.
And they do find, for any of those just with burning desire about National Treasure 2, the inside of Mount Rushmore is just full of gold.
It's full of gold, and he clears his name using the gold.
And it's not bribery for some reason.
What I like about National Treasure 2 is there is a presidential book of secrets in which every president has this book. I assume the book just gets passed down. Like, they don't get a copy of it.
Yeah, it's the same book.
And it's just like, here's all the secrets, like Area 51 and the other stuff that everyone already knows about, but we pretend is fake. And I guess in there is the Mount Rushmore map?
Yeah.
Do you think the John Wilkes Booth diary is actually, like, revealing or interesting, or it's just like...
It's probably like June 14th. Had eggs for breakfast.
Yeah, it's probably just the weird ramblings of like a Vampire Times actor, because he was a famous actor, so it's probably just like...
Yeah, it's like, I didn't get that Shakespeare part. I'll try again in the spring.
It's like they wouldn't give me...
I'm so angry.
They wouldn't give me the sandwich that I wanted, and so now I'm refusing to come out of my carriage until they give me the sandwich that I want.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have trailers. They would keep them in carriages.
They had carriages.
Carriages for carrying them. What I don't like...
Mm-hmm. Spill.
Nothing.
Dish.
I like everything about this.
I like every part of this. That's why I think we're a good choice for the trequel.
I like giving characters heavy-handed names that are just named after famous people, like Benjamin Franklin Gates and Patrick Henry Gates.
Yeah, if anything, Benjamin Franklin Gates it's not obvious enough. Our audiences really need their hands held.
What if we made... Okay, he
definitely needs more sidekicks.
He does need more sidekicks. And here's what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and move to our second segment called When and Where. And this is where we talk about setting and, we've already got genre nailed down, and it's going to be whatever genre National Treasure is. What do you call that? A thriller?
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what Wikipedia calls it.
A mystery?
Wikipedia calls it an adventure heist film.
Okay, we'll make another adventure heist film.
Heist film.
So they have established that his name is Benjamin Franklin Gates. His father is named Patrick Henry Gates. National Treasure 3. I want to pitch to you, Frank. Our protagonist, Benjamin Franklin Gates, is now more old. And he has his own offspring, Betsy Ross Gates.
Betsy Ross. Okay, yes.
Or like Martha Washington. She sews
her own
Gates.
Dresses.
She sews her own dresses, and she makes a lot of flags.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually like we reveal that that's how the naming works in this family is they wait to see what you're like. Mm-hmm.
So you're named son or daughter
until you're like 6 or 7 because Benjamin didn't get named until he
started
putting keys on stuff,
being on the $100 bill.
Yeah, and getting struck by lightning by things. Mm-hmm. And then his dad, Patrick Henry, didn't get named until he kept standing up on the table and shouting that he didn't want to eat his carrots.
Give me the potatoes or give me death.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me dinner or give me death. Get out of the bathroom or give me death. You
know? And so then Benjamin Franklin Gates has had a daughter, and she was actually it wasn't until she was like 10, and he was like, man, what am I going to do if I can't name her after a significant person?
But then luckily she started making
sewing everything, just sewing. And it's kind of almost like a superpower, like how quickly she can sew things.
Yeah, it's going to become a plot point. She's going to sew like an emergency parachute at some point. You know?
Oh, yes. She's going to like take a guy's pants.
This is going to be like battle seamstressing.
Okay, so how many years later is this from National Treasure 2?
So 15? In National Treasure 2, he's like 40-ish. So if he's old, this is like 50 years later.
Let me check Nicolas Cage's real life age.
That's going to be a depressing number, I bet.
54.
Oh, okay. So it only needs to be that's depressing. It only needs to be 20 years later for him to be old.
Yeah. Do we Indiana Jones it and make it so that his daughter is a secret daughter that even he didn't know about?
Yes. Does he find out she's his daughter right in the beginning of the movie, and then he's like, I've always been a loner. I don't know how to have a daughter.
What if this...
What does Nicolas Cage sound like?
That's exactly what he sounds like. What if he finds out she's his daughter through a National Treasure runaround?
The first mystery is not the National Treasure, but it's part of the map.
Or what if the movie is about like her trying to find out who her...
Find the daughter of Flags, and he's like, who is that?
And then it turns out it's her. Or maybe it's like they're both doing National Treasures separately, and we're like, who is this girl? And then the National Treasures lead them to each other.
Because the movie's just following her, right?
Mm-hmm. Or we just make it, I think we just make it his daughter, and we all know, because otherwise it lacks the punch of, you've got a dumb name.
Yeah, because then we don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's like, Nicolas Cage.
Who else? Let me click this characters tab.
Now, let me tell you something interesting about Nicolas Cage. He is going to be a voice in the upcoming Teen Titans Go movie as Superman.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And he'll be talking about Superman going up in the sky.
I've got it.
Hit me.
This is going to be a reverse Taken. Old man Benjamin Franklin Gates.
So you mean just Taken 2?
Will be kidnapped by the villain.
So just Taken 2.
Now Betsy Ross Gates has to solve.
So you're just doing Taken 2?
Treasure.
You just want to do Taken 2 then? Taken 2 is a reverse Taken?
To solve the national treasure and save her father.
So Taken 2.
Yes, so Taken 2, but flipped and sub out Liam Neeson for Nicolas Cage, and sub out the daughter for Betsy Ross Gates, then flip it.
So what's the national treasure?
This is the big thing. What's the national treasure?
What is the who? So
both movies involve secret stashes of gold.
Yeah, there's gonna be a secret stash of gold, and it is going to belong to.
But most importantly, in both cases, the gold isn't the true mystery. It's just what they find at the end.
You know what it is? You know what's hot right now? You know what's hot right now that we could cash in on?
What's hot?
You know what's hot in American history right now?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
It's Alexander Hamilton.
Okay.
He founded Wall Street and the Federal Reserve and all that stuff. So he hid some gold.
He's got gold hidden away. He has original certificates of stock.
He's got original
like GE, Bell Laboratories, Apple, original stock.
What if he's got It's a vault full of Franklin bucks, the currency that he tried to invent that did not catch on, but for some reason is still incredibly valuable.
Yes, but every dollar was a 5mm thick weave of gold.
Yes. It was a weave of gold.
Benjamin Franklin believed that there should be no fiat currency. There should only be gold. So it was thin sheets of gold. that were worth $1.
What does fiat mean in this context?
Inherent value.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that why they call the cars that?
No. The fiat cars are an acronym.
Oh, okay. So 5mm gold, you said weave. I do think our main character, Betsy Ross, is going to sew those together into something.
Is gonna weave the gold into the ultimate weapon, maybe.
Okay, I want to get to plot as quickly as possible because we're going to need to manufacture a national treasure.
There's always a third character in these movies, which is the government agent that gets wrapped up in all this.
Well, that's perfect for our next segment called Who Can It Be Now?
Who can it be now?
And this is where we talk about characters and casting. So we've got Benjamin Franklin Gates, Nicolas Cage. Mm-hmm. Betsy Ross Gates.
Benjamin, quote, Ben, sub more quotes, Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah. So,
unquote, Gates.
To continue that, this girl's name will be Elizabeth Ross, quote, Betsy Gates.
Mm-hmm. Gates. Let's hyphenate it for the mother. Gates Chase.
Is Chase Abigail Chase?
Chase in the movie is in love with him.
And because she's like chasing Gates the whole time in the movie.
Yes. So it's Chase Gates.
Chase Gates.
Yeah, that's good. That flows really well.
That flows nice. So, who's the bad guy? Well, hang on. So we've got Nicolas Cage. We'll keep all the original cast for characters that we're bringing back. So Abigail Chase will be
Diane Kruger.
Diane Kruger. Who is our Betsy Ross? She's got to be, early mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Tough as nails. I would buy Emily Blunt for this.
Would you?
Yeah, you've seen Edge of Tomorrow?
I have seen Edge of Tomorrow, and she's very good.
It's good shit.
Is she young enough than Nicolas Cage to pull this off, though?
No, probably not, right?
Here's the thing about Emily Blunt. She's 35. You know what?
Who is the Tomb Raider person? The new one. Not
Alicia Vikander? Is that who it was?
Okay, yes, that.
That could work. She
kind of just did this movie anyway, so we can just keep the costume, come back.
Yeah. Or yes, okay, we could do that. I was also thinking Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones. But she's very little.
Yeah. She looks more like a seamstress though.
Oh, she does look like a seamstress. Okay. Yeah.
And that's really we need to sell the hard as nails seamstress angle. It's a very tight needle to thread.
Yeah.
And I'd buy that.
A tight needle?
Yeah, whatever the young people are saying.
Okay.
So now we need the government, either FBI or Secret Service or whatever, agent who gets kind of unwittingly wrapped up in this.
But so at first he's trying to catch and arrest her, and then he becomes on her side?
Yeah, exactly.
Don Cheadle again? I think we just recently cast him in something.
We did, but I always like him.
And I think he fits well in that role. Otherwise, we could do Idris Elba.
Bring some real heat. I like him maybe as the villain.
Yeah, he's a good villain. Okay, what about who could do Dennis Quaid?
Oh boy. I think I'm into that.
You into the Quaidster?
I haven't seen The Q in a long time.
Are you telling me you have not yet seen I Can Only Imagine, the story behind the song?
Oh, no, I haven't. Maybe that's on the docket.
He's in there. He's an angry dad.
Why? All right, forget.
Dennis Quaid's role, and I think he's satisfied with this, but Dennis Quaid is movie dad. Like, that's who he is. He plays fathers. Yeah. Okay, so we got Denny Quaid. What's his name?
Agent Doug Strums.
Douglas, isn't there a famous Douglas?
Frederick Douglass?
Yeah, his name is Douglas Frederick.
Agent Douglas Frederick.
Agent Frederick.
That would be funny.
Bada boom.
That would be funny shit.
That would be so funny. Now, what's the bad guy's name and what's his deal?
Well, we need to figure out really quickly what is the national secret, I guess, because
we already did. It's Ben Franklin's vault.
It's Ben Franklin's vault. That's right. We already did this part. So let me just Google really quickly Ben Franklin enemies, because we're gonna make him a descendant.
Well, we could do that, or holy shoot, dude, there's Knights Templar and shit in the first movie.
God. It goes pretty wide.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the complete freedom we have to do whatever we want. We could get the bad guy from number 1 back to be like, haha.
Yeah, let me just make sure he doesn't die.
He does not die. He just gets arrested by the FBI. His name is...
He does not die.
It's Sean Bean. Of course we're bringing Sean Bean back.
Oh, and then he'll definitely die in this one.
He'll definitely die in this one because we need him to die because he's seen Bean.
We've got to keep his stats up.
Got to keep his stats up. Is he just like really good at dying on camera and that's why everybody keeps killing him?
Yeah, he's the best.
He knows how to kill it, or to be dead, to be killed.
Yeah, well, he kills it every time.
He's killed every time. He knows how to be killed.
He kills at being killed.
You know, it's kill or be kill out there, and Sean Bean has elected to succeed at being killed.
Oh, and he's going to be like a Freemason.
He'll be a Freemason Knight Templar.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a wombo combo built in there.
A wombo combo?
Yeah, so in jail, he converted to Freemasonry.
It's not a religion.
I mean, you still have to, like, follow it.
Aren't the Freemasons, like... Didn't they help...
It's like the Elks Club.
Didn't they help, like, start the first National Treasure, though? Or were they the bad guys? Doesn't matter.
They're not the bad guys.
Doesn't matter. Sean Bean as Ian What's-His-Balls.
Ian Howe.
Ian, how do you do? Okay. We got our cast. I mean, well, does Betsy Ross Gates, Chase Gates, have sidekicks? Does she have, like, buddies who go with her?
I want her to have a, like,
guy in the
Luis
chair?
Guzman type sidekick who's kind of silly.
I would like to get Luis Guzman.
If we can just do that, that would be cool.
You know what I would like to do?
We could also get the other dude from...
Ant-Man?
Yes.
Yes, what is his name?
Yeah, what is his name? Hold on.
Here's what I want. I either want Luis Guzman as Luis Guzman, just straight up
as actor.
Yeah, his name in the movie is Luis. He is literally actor Luis Guzman wrapped up on this National Treasure.
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena is also good. I could do either one of those.
Yeah. I think Michael Pena is younger than Luis Guzman.
He
obviously.
is, but that's almost why I like Luis.
He is locked for Marvel, though.
But this is also going to be a Disney joint.
It is. That's right. It is.
I guess we get Michael Pena. Sorry, Luis.
So we'll film them each.
And see
doing all of their roles and lines.
See who's received better.
Yeah, and then we'll just test market it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and what's his name? Is his name just Michael Pena? Is he just going to be actor Michael Pena gets wrapped up in this adventure?
Yeah, well, he could be Michael, quote, John Quincy Adams, unquote, Pena.
Okay, we've got casting. I want to get right into plot, and we're going to do that in our final segment called What's Going On? And this is where we talk about plot and what's going on. So, National Treasure. Nicolas Cage is kidnapped by Boromir himself, Sean Bean.
Yeah, and at some point he just yells, "Give me the ring." He probably gets really into it.
There's going to be a ring that's a clue.
Oh, and that'll be throughout the film as well. He'll keep saying like,
"Give me the ring.
I just want the ring," and it's like not the other one.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
No, I don't know the other one exists.
Yes,
Hold on.
That's exactly right. The main thing, she will have a ring that she found on some sort of like. She's also got to be like some cryptologist or whatever, but she's got to be
Yeah, she's a historian / cryptologist / treasure hunter.
But she like doesn't like it as much as her dad. She's just very good at it, but she never went into the field like he did. And he's "You're wasting your talents. You're wasting your talents here in DJ camp."
You're Nicolas Cage now, because that's good.
And then so she's got this ring that her dad gave her from one of his things.
Yes.
And the ring is...
Is it a decoder?
Did Ben Franklin have any, or did Alexander Hamilton have any good mottos or quotes, mantras?
Stick 'em up.
That we could have in Latin printed on the ring? Not stick 'em up, I do not think, because he did not...
I'm on the $20 bill. There's a clue on the $20 bill.
There is absolutely a clue on the $20 bill.
And but she needs the ring. She needs to look through the ring at the $20 bill.
But here's the thing, Frank. The clue is not on the current $20 bill. It's on the first edition printing of the $20 bill.
Yes. Which is in the National Treasury.
Yeah.
On display at the museum.
Yeah, she has to heist the Smithsonian or whatever museum it goes into.
And that's when she first meets Agent... What did we just name him?
Douglas Fredericks.
Agent Douglas Frederick.
Dougie Freds, they call him.
D Fred.
And he's like, hey, don't call me Dougie Fred.
F Doug.
Don't call me Dougie Fresh.
Mm-hmm. But then at the end,
he says like, oh, you got knocked out by Dougie Freds. And they're all like, Dougie. And he's like, I'm Dennis Quaid.
And then he puts his gun back in his holster because he's had it drawn the entire film.
Yeah, but always like pointed down at an angle.
Yeah, for safety. So they need to look through the ring at the original $20 bill, and then they see the hidden message. What's the first clue?
Check out these guns.
Check out these guns. They need to go to the National Armory. No, they need to go to the Pentagon.
Because during the Revolutionary War, Alexander Hamilton led a group of men to steal British cannons.
Yes. Remember, we can make up anything we want as long as we say that there's no proof left.
I actually didn't make that up. He did do that with the cannons.
So he went to steal the cannons, and what he actually did was take out all the gunpowder and replace the gunpowder in the cannons with the next clue.
Yeah, with the next clue. He was planning all of this before America was even a nation. He was like, it turns out Alexander Hamilton's whole motivation for like helping found America was he wanted to create a national treasure conspiracy.
Yes. He wanted to make it so America couldn't fail because there was always going to be the secret treasure.
Okay, so one of the next clues has to be at Columbia College, but it will be referred to as so Columbia was originally called King's College. So it's got to be some sort of like flowery language involving like royal learning or something.
They pull the clue out of the cannon, and she looks through the ring at the piece of paper, and then there's faded invisible ink, and it says, "Go to where the
you must be learned as a king to find the next clue." Alexander Hamilton's got a real twisty mustache voice.
Yeah. So now, around the second clue is when the villain probably makes himself known.
Yeah, I thought he made himself known. Oh, right, she meant the agent. Yeah, around second clue, he shows up and he's like, well, he already made himself known because he got her dad. Is she doing this because, like, is he being held, is Nicolas Cage being held ransom and she's being, like, forced to do this national treasure?
Yes.
Maybe here's what it is.
She gets wrapped up in it.
Yeah. He's not like holding him ransom as like you do the national treasure and I'll free your dad. She just finds out her dad got taken and because of this national treasure and now she's trying to solve it first.
Yes. And then at King's College, I think, is the first confrontation.
Yeah. There's definitely a shootout in the library.
Where Sean Bean has a gun in Nicolas Cage's head and is like, give me the ring.
Oh, Nicolas Cage is there? I thought he was already kidnapped and like being held somewhere.
Well, yeah, by
so he brought Nicolas Cage to King's College.
I guess not. I guess he wouldn't.
He wouldn't. But here's what he does do. There is a gun shootout in the library, but it's all silenced pistols because
it's a
you got to be real quiet in the library, guys. Like pew, 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 pew. And the librarians are like, "Shut up!" Like it's very quiet.
They just go.
Shh. Yeah. Shh. Stop it. Hey, what are you kids doing over there? And, like, there'll be, like, two kids making out in the stacks, and then, like, gun bullets are flying past them, and they're like, whoa!
Yeah, because this is still going to be PG, so we gotta...
Only smooches.
Only light smooching, no blood-gushing bullets. Bullets almost always miss.
Turtlenecks and long skirts on everybody.
Floor length. Even the men.
I was saying only the men. Women can wear whatever they want, but turtlenecks and long skirts on the dudes for sure in this movie.
So they have their silenced gunfight in which they are just destroying precious pieces of American history that aren't related to Alexander Hamilton at all.
Yeah.
But then at King's College, in the library, they find...
The lead pipe. Wrong movie. They find the book that they've been looking for, which has... they have to fold out
a big unfolding map of the 13 colonies, lay it out on a table, and then they spin the ring like a top, like an Inception. Mm-hmm. And they watch as it goes down the page, and then it lands in Virginia.
Where they have to go find... It says, like, Publius underneath it. This is some real history I'm pulling. Publius is the shared...
And then that is when Michael Pena / Luis Guzman cannot stop laughing.
Yeah, because he reads it as Publius.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what the hell is that? Publius. And then she explains that Publius is a shared pseudonym that Alexander Hamilton used to write the Federalist Papers with James Madison and John Jay. So, Then they have to go find an unpublished Federalist paper. Or no, maybe it's just like...
that secretly reveals that something never happened or something.
Here's what it is. It's like the first word of every sentence that Hamilton wrote in the Federalist Papers make a sentence saying exactly what and where the treasure is.
Drink your Ovaltine.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So they go to Virginia to his... He's not from Virginia, though. He's from New York.
Yeah.
So what are they doing in Virginia? They're going to James Madison's house to find a copy of the Federalist Papers.
The originals.
Yes.
Because they have to find the separate notes, so only the ones that Hamilton wrote.
Publius.
Mm-hmm. So then they figure that out, and then it says like, go to my family's ancestral basement.
Until they just go downstairs.
Well, they go to the house, but then in the house they get to the house, but then they find out that Sean Bean and his cronies are already all set up around it.
Okay.
And they're like, we have to get in there. They don't know what they're looking for, but we do.
I want there to be a clue involving the Schuyler sisters, who's Hamilton's wife and her sister and her other sister, who they were all very close. So maybe like they get to the Federalist Papers and like the clue is
clue is torn up old dresses that need to be mended to find the next clue.
Yeah, so she sews them together real quick, and it says just like it's just the name Schuyler, and she's like, to the New York cemetery.
Mm-hmm. Where they can't rob graves. It's got to be a clue on the headstone.
On the headstone, and on the headstone, it's...
on the back of the headstone is a series of numbers that no one has ever figured out what they mean.
No one has ever figured it out. Oh, no. You know what it is she notices... So the dates on their headstones are all, like, wrong. Like, each sister... Like, it's basically the names were, like, shifted or something. So, like... The one sister's death is the other sister's death. Like, it's wrong. She's like, wait, these aren't right. And then she figures out, these are a code. Or like...
And then she pulls out the ring again.
And she pulls out the ring. And then when she looks through the ring, the letters, like, swirl in the air and form together to make coordinates. And the coordinates... Oh, yes. Here we go, Frank. You know what the coordinates are?
Where do they go?
The coordinates go to the Caribbean, where Hamilton was born.
Oh.
They go to where he comes from. So then
they have to wrestle like a turtle.
Yeah, they got to wrestle a turtle, but they go to the Caribbean where he was born and left after a hurricane destroyed his hometown.
So they go to the dusty ruins of his hometown, which has never been touched since then, because we can just decide the way history works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like his...
And they go to his old house. And then they find the trapdoor in the floor.
The Hamilton house.
They
find a trapdoor in the floor, and then it contains the key code to the Federal Reserve.
Mm-hmm. The electronic key code.
Yeah, which
he predicted it.
But the electronic key code because
he was also a psychic that could see into the future like Nostradamus.
It's the key code to the vault within the Federal Reserve that no one has been able to figure out the combination
and it's
to.
Just like a manual lock, like a tumbler.
Yeah, we'll make it a tumbler. So then they have to break into the Federal Reserve and then get into the vault within the vault, which contains the Hamilton bucks. We've done it.
Yes, the Franklin bucks.
The Franklin bucks. No, the Hamilton bucks. It's Alexander Hamilton.
Well, I know, but I thought it was secret Benjamin Franklin bucks. Is it not?
No, it's secret Hamilton bucks. Because Hamilton was like creating the whole financial system, and he was
That's right. Because his name is Benjamin Franklin, but he's not Benjamin Franklin. Gates.
Nicolas Cage is named Benjamin Franklin.
Nicolas Cage, has nothing to do with Benjamin Franklin.
Or does it? Do we reveal that he is Benjamin Franklin reincarnated?
Does it? Oh, shoot. And he knows all this.
We just, like, drop it at the very, very end.
Yeah. Sean Bean and his villains keep staying pace with them. Like, they keep... And it's because Nicolas Cage is remembering his past life.
So just at the very, very end of the movie, I'm skipping ahead. We're going to come back. But at the very, very end, she just goes...
He's slumped over a desk, and he's just like, my dear friend Alexander.
Oh, I thought it would just be... That's much more subtle than what I... That's like... I was just going to have, like, Betsy Ross be like...
bad, because we really just want to put it out there.
Yeah, I figured Betsy Ross would be like, I just want to know how he kept up with all of us. And he just goes, oh, I'm the real Benjamin Franklin. I was telling him. And then credits.
And then credits. And then post-credits, he says, let's get this gold... there's no post credits.
So here's what's going to happen. she's gonna get into that vault. She's gonna like basically pose as a Federal Reserve employee or something. She's gonna get like a hacker buddy to like.
She sews the costume.
She sews the costume, and she's gonna get like a hacker buddy to like tell her what's up, and then she gets into that vault secretly. But then, of course, the Federal Reserve people are alerted, and they find out that she's in there, and so she has a very limited time to get all those Franklin bucks out. And what does she do, Frank?
She makes one long Franklin buck snake, Hamilton buck snake.
Yeah, she could just sew them all together. I was thinking maybe she sews them into her clothes. She sews them into a big scarf. Yes, so she goes in wearing like a gold-colored scarf, and then she comes out wearing a gold-colored scarf.
Yes, but this one, the second
one's made of money. It's gold. Gold bucks. Hammy bucks. They call them hammy bucks.
Hammy bucks is much better.
Hammy bucks. And then the national treasure, and then she looks at this screen and says, and that's the national treasure, and this
isn't stealing for some reason,
and then somebody says like, man, I had no idea there was such a rich history around Alexander Hamilton, and she looks at the camera and says, and that is the real national treasure.
Learning
is being a treasure.
Learning is the national treasure.
Being a treasure in your own nation is how we can fight communism.
Yeah, and then it turns out the entire movie
1983. Oh, yeah. Pew. That feels good. We went at a breakneck speed there.
Yeah, we were aflame with ingenuity.
A flame. We've become a flame. Do you have any final thoughts, Frank, on last minute additions?
The entire time, Luis Guzman / Michael Pena and or both will be just asking questions and making jokes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think maybe we do need to turn this into a segment called Frank's Final Thoughts at the end of every show.
Also, I guess Sean Bean just gives up and sets Nicolas Cage free. We didn't really cover that.
Oh, right. Sean Bean's got to die. We said we're going to kill him.
Yeah.
How do we kill him?
He goes into the vault after he pushes her out of the vault, and then he goes in, and then the vaults automatically close every night at midnight, and then he dies.
Then he just dies because it not only does it close, but it pumps poison gas into the room.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case. That's why there's so many bones in the vault. She goes in there, and there's lots of bones. There's lots of bones. So many bones. It's like a whole tomb in there.
Yeah, and so then he dies, and then they all walk away with all the gold money.
He goes in and he says, "This isn't a mine. It's a tomb," and then it closes.
And then the fact that they found all the gold proves that let's rewrite some history. Proves that the real Declaration of Independence wasn't even signed until 1982.
And then it's a new movie.
And then that's the real
the
story.
National Treasure 4, the Declaration again.
Yes. National Treasure 4, Redeclaration of Independence.
Let's redeclare our independence.
Yeah.
From England, because we have to. Because if we don't by the end of the week, then we do go back under British rule.
Yeah, and that's not good.
And that is nothing that we want, because this is America, and I don't want to be British.
That's what it all sounds like.
That's what the whole movie is like.
Cut it and
ship and
direct to DVD it. Let's be honest.
I'm thinking theaters, for sure. Theaters.
I'm thinking 3D only. You can't see this in 2D. Every hand motion is coming out of the screen at you.
We only accept hammy bucks.
We only accept hammy bucks or unused tickets to Hamilton on Broadway.
Yes, you have to use your Hamilton tickets to come to this movie. That's mean. And then I will use those Hamilton tickets to go see Hamilton.
I will use them.
Yeah, to go see Hamilton. That's the perfect scam. It's the perfect crime.
It is. That's the national treasure.
It's a victimless crime because they get to go see our good movie and we get to go see a much better musical.
We don't need to see ours because we made it.
Yeah, it's perfect. All right, well, thanks everybody for listening. That's going to do it for us. If you like the show, please give us a good rating and review on iTunes. That helps us out a ton. And if you know anybody who you think would like the show, please share it. That would help us out a ton. Until next time, I'm Scott Owen.
I'm Frank Serra.
And Frank, what is our password for next week?
Our password for next week is AHA!